From a giant beaver from southern Sri Lanka attacking Tokyo to believing in a secret god, these are secrets South Park fans never knew about Trey Parker and Matt Stone. South Park's one of the longest-running American cable television shows and debuted on August 13, 1997. 325 episodes have been broadcast, and there are many more to come. In August of 2021, it was renewed by Comedy Central and will provide new episodes to fans through 2027 that will mark 30 seasons of the animated series. It's not just another adult-themed cartoon, far from it. South Park's been nominated for the Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program 16 times. Yes, 16 times over the course of its 26 completed seasons, the first of which was in 1998, and the acknowledgments kept coming in 2000 and 2002. Then, every year from 2004 to 2011 and 2013 through 2017, it has won the award for Outstanding Animated Program for a show with a runtime under 1 hour. 4 times, in 2005, 2006, 2009, and 2012. In 2008, the Imagination Land trilogy won the Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program for a show with a runtime of 1 hour or more. The series won 5 Primetime Emmy Awards, a Peabody Award, and the full-length 1999 theatrical film, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, earned an Academy Award nomination. It's on multiple lists of greatest television shows, and in 2013, TV Guide ranked South Park as the 10th greatest TV cartoon of all time. The effect the show's had on popular culture can't be denied. For anyone who somehow doesn't know, the show follows the lives of 4 boys: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflovsky, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick. South Park's a fictional town located in the real South Park Basin, located in the Rocky Mountains of central Colorado. The town's full of an assortment of bizarre characters, including students, families, and staff at the boys' elementary school. There's been many celebrity guests such as Michael Buffer, Brent Musburger, Jay Leno, Cheech Marin, Tommy Chong, and Henry Winkler. With all the exposure the show's received, there isn't much that has escaped the eyes of the public. But what about the men behind it? Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Trey Parker was a reserved kid who did okay in school and even took some honor classes. He discovered comedy at a young age and knew he wanted to be involved in film and music. He idolized Monty Python and Terry Gilliam in particular. He watched the comedy troupe after school when he was in the 3rd grade and fell in love. His later animation projects were heavily influenced by Terry, and when he was 14 years old, he was making short films on the weekends with his friends, and that continued all through his high school years. As a high school student, Trey worked at Pizza Hut part-time, and his friends and family described him as a film geek and music buff. That's not surprising at all. When he turned 17, he wanted to focus on music, comedic music in particular, and he recorded a full-length comedy album titled Immature, a collection of love ballads for the 80s man. After graduation, Trey Parker spent a semester at the Berklee College of Music, where he studied music, which made sense considering all the musical numbers included in South Park. Later, he transferred to the University of Colorado Boulder, where he majored in both film and Japanese. During his time there, he met Matt Stone, who also attended the same university, and they immediately hit it off. The two bonded over their love of anti-authoritarian humor and, of course, Monty Python. Parker's first film was called Giant Beavers of Southern Sri Lanka, which was a nod to Godzilla films, but with beavers. Parker and Matt Stone also acted in short films that they were making. Trey later admitted that they were shooting a new film nearly every week, but most of them have been lost over time. The South Park construction paper-style animation was born in 1992. Trey made a short film for his college animation class titled American History and used that now famous animation style. It was a huge hit, and he won a Student Academy Award for his film. Before graduating in 1993 with a double major Bachelor of Arts degree, he commented on his award-winning film, saying, "And there are all these Cal Arts kids behind me who had submitted these beautiful watercolor and pencil things. And here's my construction paper thing, which makes South Park look like Disney, by the way, and they're all fuming. The roots were laid, and the rest is history." Matt Stone's father was an economics professor, and his mother looked after the children. The South Park characters Gerald and Sheila Broflovsky are named after them. Matt's father was constantly concerned that he would become a musician and a bum, so he insisted that Matt chose something practical to major in when he attended college. They struck a compromise, and Matt majored in mathematics and film. Like his running mate, Trey Parker, he graduated with a double major Bachelor of Arts degree in 1993. Before graduating, Stone and Parker had already founded a production company called The Avenging Conscience. It was created in 1992 and was named after the D.W. Griffith film of the same name. Their first production was completed the same year, and they used the construction paper style. It was titled Jesus vs. Frosty, an animated short that matched the religious figure against Frosty the Snowman. Next for the company was a fictional film titled Alfred Packer, the musical, based on a real 19th century prospector who was accused of cannibalism. They created a 3-minute trailer for the film, and students at the university went wild over it. The hype was so great that Virgil Grillo, chairman and founder of the university's film department, convinced them to expand it to a feature-length film. They raised $125,000 from friends and family and began filming on Loveland Pass. It was freezing, but the crew braved it out. Trey used the pseudonym Juan Schwartz as the film's star, director, and co-producer. Alfred Packer, the musical, premiered in Boulder in October 1993. Of course, they thought it was amazing, so they submitted it to the Sundance Film Festival and received no response. MTV did show interest in it, however, and they ran a short news segment regarding the film that helped them make connections in the industry, and they looked to sell the rights to the film for $1 million. So they'd have $900,000 to make another film. But Trauma Entertainment bought the film in 1996 and retitled it Cannibal the Musical. Once Matt and Trey made a name for themselves, the film became a cult classic and Trauma Entertainment's biggest selling title. Eventually, community theater groups and high schools across the country adapted it into a stage play. Nothing that happens with these guys can be too shocking. Even though that they've spent their lives entirely devoted to their craft, they've since settled down. Matt Stone met Comedy Central executive Angela Howard in 2001. They fell in love, were married in 2008, and have 2 children together. The pair lives in Venice, California. Stone's described himself as Jewish because his mother is, but also claims to be an atheist. In 2006, he said he identified politically as a libertarian, and that makes sense because in 2001 he said, "I hate conservatives, but I really effing hate liberals." Trey Parker married Emma Sugiyama in 2006, but got divorced in 2008. He then began dating Boogie Tillman, and the two were married in 2014 after the birth of their daughter, Betty Boogie Parker, in 2013. But they divorced in 2019, citing irreconcilable differences. Now, Trey lives in Los Angeles, California, but he owns property all over the country, including Steamboat Springs, Colorado, Kauai, Hawaii, Seattle, Washington, and Midtown Manhattan in New York City. Parker says he believes in a God and that there's knowledge that humanity does not yet possess. He doesn't elaborate on it because he says it would take too long to explain. Maybe he'll make a musical about it one day. So, from believing in a secret God to a giant beaver from southern Sri Lanka attacking Tokyo, those were secrets South Park fans never knew about Trey Parker and Matt Stone.